Right, guys. Should we talk about Champions League? Should we talk about the Atletico Madrid Chelsea match to start off with? Yeah, I'm not just saying that because I'm a Chelsea fan, but we're covering all the Champions League. We might as well start with the most recent matches. Um, so we'll talk about this and then go on to the Lazio Bayern Munich one. But yeah, I've just hit record, so we are live, guys, and going to discuss the Atletico Madrid Chelsea match, as I said. And it was 1-0 to Chelsea, finished 1-0 to the away team in a crucial away goal, brilliantly scored by Olivier Giroud. Um, yeah, I mean, what do you guys put this down to? I mean, obviously I watched the game, I have my own opinion, but I'll ask you guys first. Was it more of a case of Chelsea really set up well tactically, or Atletico Madrid quite poor, or a combination of both?
I mean, didn't Atletico Madrid set up to defend?
They did, yeah. They were very counter-attacking last night at Atletico Madrid, and they didn't really get many chances to counter-attack, to be honest. Suarez looked very isolated. João Felix looked tired. So I think, yeah, that's their game plan. That's their usual game plan, but it just didn't work last night.
No. I mean, you've got some top stars in that Atletico Madrid side, Suarez and João Felix and Xiao. Have they got Xiao?
Yeah.
Xiao. They've got some really good players there. So Chelsea have got, and I feel like under Tuchel, they have gone from strength to strength, and the trust is there, and especially Rudiger. I mean, Rudiger's coming back into your lineup now. So yeah, I feel like Chelsea have got, like you say, Giroud and Rudiger and Alonso. They've got some, and Mason Mount, who unfortunately will miss the next leg because he got a yellow card, didn't he? So,
yeah.
no, I think that might be a huge miss for Chelsea.
Yeah, that'll be crucial.
But
Yeah.
again, they do have other players that can play that position. For example, you've got Havertz. So,
Yeah. Do you really rate Rudiger then? I personally am a bit 50-50 on him, always have been, but do you rate Rudiger?
I think you need to sell Rudiger. You need to sell Rudiger, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the thing is, Chelsea play around with it at the back a lot, and this is what I get frustrated at most as a Chelsea fan. I watch the games, and and I think Mendy, although he's a great shot stopper and he's proven himself a good keeper, he's our number one. But he's terrible, like on the ball. He just can't. He can't be a playmaker goalkeeper. He can't do it. Like, did you see he nearly got caught out last night? And that's only one example.
Oh, yeah, very heavy touch.
Yeah, and that's one example of many instances I can think of.
To be fair, he wasn't really given the best of pass. The pass was a bit lazy. He was sort of bouncing in the air. Keepers never like to deal with a bouncing ball. It's just when you've got players running at you and you've got the goal right behind you and the ball's coming to you and it's sort of bouncing. It's just a bit like, I don't know. It's just not.
Yeah, it was a poor pass, but there's been many instances I feel that Mendy he's been a bit too cocky, really, on the ball. And it's not just him, it's the defenders as well. Like, it's the way Chelsea are defensively. They try and play it out from the back like, 2009 Barcelona. It just doesn't work. They're just not good enough to do that. But it was, well tactically set up. Thomas Tuchel got it right last night. Atletico had a few chances here and there. Suarez, looked very isolated, as I said, looked a bit tired. He had a few little half chances, but mainly I'd say Chelsea kept them out. And then let's talk about the goal, guys. I mean, Olivier Giroud, fantastic. I mean, he's Scunder. You might be in a position to potentially say that Olivier Giroud is kind of overrated because you've seen him play obviously at Arsenal, and obviously Chelsea fans really give him a lot of praise. But I think the reason that is because Olivier Giroud outshines so much in that squad. Like, he's the one player I feel who can do something absolutely spectacular. Like, forward player, Mason Mount as well, but forward player Olivier Giroud. I mean, he's just a different class.
No, I wouldn't say he's overrated. No, I think he's pretty good. He does a lot more off the ball for the team. You know, he's very hard for defenders to deal with off the ball. Very good target man. His positioning is really good. Very good link-up play. And the thing is, not only does he score really good goals, he's always, time and time again, can score big goals in big games. And that's what. The only one thing is he doesn't maybe get enough goals in the season. That's the only real criticism. I wouldn't say he's world class, but I would say he's a very good player.
If he was given more chances,
you've got to admit that's a world class finish, though. It was a world class finish.
He can score world class goals. We know that. We've seen a lot of them. Which is for someone of his height, it can be a lot harder to do things like acrobatic things like that. But he's done things. He's done other overhead kicks, and he's done a scorpion kick. And just in general, he can just score goals like that. And he's done it. He's done it in big games. He's scored like that. He scored a goal similar like that against Manuel Neuer.
He's also like when you put him on, he's going to score. You know what I'm saying? It's like when he was playing for Arsenal. I think it was back in 2016-17 season. And I think Fellaini put us ahead 1-0. And then you put Giroud on, and they took a corner, and I knew from this corner he was going to score, and he headed it straight into the back of the net, and I was like, oh, for goodness sake.
Was that in the last few minutes of the game?
Yeah, last few minutes of the game, and I was like, oh my god. I knew as soon as Giroud was on, I knew he was going to score.
He's really good when he comes off the bench, though, for Arsenal. I haven't watched him too much at Chelsea coming off the bench. He doesn't get enough goals, but he's pretty good all-round player for a striker.
That's because, Scunda, Chelsea haven't really given him that much game time. I mean, I really disagree with this. I always have done. But, to put Giroud on the bench as many times as they have done over the past 2 years, I think it's a big mistake by Chelsea, because he is I know you're saying he's not, but I believe he's a world-class striker, and I believe with more time on the pitch, more chances, he would score more goals. But yeah, it's a big mistake, I feel, with Chelsea, just not to give him enough time, enough starts.
I would say, like, when he was at Arsenal, he still didn't get enough goals. And there was, he played a lot. He played a lot at Arsenal, maybe a bit too much. Maybe he needed a break here or there, but he didn't score enough goals in a season for us. He scored a decent amount. But as far as goal scoring as numbers are concerned, I don't think he scores enough.
Okay. These might be it's controversial. Sorry, go on.
I feel like he's probably better than the other strikers you have in your team.
Yeah, he's definitely,
Abraham and...
Oh yeah, he's so experienced. He's so experienced, though, isn't he? He's what's it, 33 now? Is he
34? Yeah.
I think he's 34.
Exactly.
34,
he's in the likes of Edison Cavani, and Ronaldo, and
other United strikers.
Pardon?
Other United strikers.
No. Ronaldo's at Juventus. I mean, Ibrahimovic is at AC Milan.
Ibrahimovic isn't Ibrahimovic a bit more older than...
Yeah, he's nearly 40 now.
Ibrahimovic is another class. Yeah, Ibrahimovic is another class.
He's 40 now. I think
pretty sure he's 39.
Yeah, 39. I mean, what a player.
Yeah, and Go on, Joey.
Yeah, man. No, I think, yeah, Giroud is very underrated instead of overrated. I think he's very underrated, and he is, as you say, Josh. I feel like he's a world class.
Yeah. It's great to have him in that side, I guess, for Tammy Abraham to learn from him.
Oh yeah, totally. You know, he's like the same as Edison Cavani coming into Manchester United. You know, you got the likes of Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford learning from him. You know, and I think Giroud can do the same for Chelsea, and maybe for Arsenal, it might. I think Aubameyang, he's got tons of experience, hasn't he? So he can show the young kids with how to finish and how to keep a cool head. When when you're in goal positions and goal scoring moments, and go, keep your head, don't get too excited before you do that. Pull the trigger. But I think every top, shall we say, top 6 team has kind of got that striker, haven't they? They've got that experienced striker that's been through everything.
I think you need that, don't you, in your team? Yeah, to challenge.
Who would you even class as a top 6 team now?
That's a good question.
Top 6 team.
You can put in Arsenal in that mix.
Top 6.
Because I don't even.
Well,
that's the thing. Like Arsenal was usually considered in that, but I don't even know if you'd put that in top 6. So who would it be? It would be, you got City. I mean, City's obviously in the top 6.
Yeah. Man United obviously in the top 6.
It is difficult. I mean,
Chelsea are in the top 6. They've got to be there.
I guess you'd have to sort of decide the top 6 really after the end of the season, because the season, you can't really judge some of the teams.
You can't really judge at the moment, can you? I mean, Liverpool.
But yeah, you've got to have that experienced head in the side to be able to challenge. And it was not. And also, guys, it was nice to see. Well, it was positive, I suppose, from a Chelsea fan's point of view, to see Callum Hudson-Odoi start this match after the weekend.
Yes, Hudson-Odoi. Brilliant. He's a pretty young talent.
Yeah.
Well, Tuchel did say he was going to feature in the game.
Yeah, he did. He said, after his interview after the game against Southampton, he said, tomorrow it's forgotten, and it's sort of like a clean slate, and he'd be in his plans for Atletico Madrid. So, but yeah, it was good to see him start. He didn't even have him on the bench or anything. He literally started him straight away. So it's just good to see. It just goes to show Tuchel really trusts him.
That's brilliant. Brilliant. No, I think that. I guess that is down to good team management. Okay, very good team management.